Multiplication with decimals and whole numbers. We are going to be using three different methods: distributive property, partial products, and place value patterns. Let's start with the distributive property. We have the example 4 times 3.2. Remember from 4th grade, the distributive property of multiplication states that a multiplication fact can be broken up into the sum of two other multiplication facts. We can rewrite 3.2 as 3 plus 0.2. Then we multiply 4 by each addend, 3 and 0.2, and we add them up. 4 times 3 equals 12. Now let's solve 4 times 0.2. Let's draw it out. We can represent 0.2 as 2 bars. We draw 2 bars 4 times because we're multiplying by 4. We sum them up and we get 8 bars, meaning 8 tenths or 0.8. Now we add 12 and 0.8 to get 12.8. Another method of multiplying decimals and whole numbers is showing the partial products. Let's look at the example 6 times 4.7. Showing the partial products reminds me of doing homework. Suppose you need to do ELA, math, and social studies homework. You don't do them all at the same time, do you? First, you can do ELA, then you can do math, and so on. It's the same idea here. We will do this multiplication problem starting with tenths. Remember, the order matters. We always start from the digit on the right. So we multiply 6 times 7 tenths, which equals 42 tenths. 42 can't fit into the tenths place, so we regroup 42 tenths as 4 ones and 2 tenths. We put the 4 in the ones place. Don't forget to put a decimal point after the ones to separate the whole and the decimal parts of the decimal number. Then, we put the 2 in the tenths place. Now we are ready to multiply 6 times 4 ones. This is going to equal 24 ones. We regroup again and get 2 tens and 4 ones. On the next line, we put the 2 in the tens place and the 4 in the ones place. 4.2 and 24 are the partial products. When we sum them up, we will find the product of 6 times 4.7. So 4.2 plus 24 equals 28.2. So 6 times 4.7 equals 28.2. Another way of multiplying decimals and whole numbers is using place value patterns. Let's look at the example 9 times 2.63. We know how to multiply two whole numbers, right? Here, one factor is a decimal, but we already know that we can move a decimal point to the right by multiplying a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, and so on. In order to multiply these numbers as if they were whole numbers, we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. We can do that if we multiply 2.63 by 100. We get 263. Now it looks like we have two whole numbers, 9 and 263. Let's stack them to multiply in vertical form. First we multiply 3 times 9. We get 27, but 27 can't fit into the ones column, so we regroup. We put the 7 in the ones column and the 2 above the tens column. Now we multiply 6 times 9. We get 54. We add the 2 on the top to get 56. 56 can't fit into the tens column, so we regroup. We write the 6 in the tens column and the 5 on top of the hundreds column. Next, we multiply 9 times 2 to get 18. We add the 5 from the top to get 23. We write the 3 in the hundreds column and the 2 in the thousands column. We get 2,367. Is that our answer? Not yet. We move the decimal point 2 places to the right, remember? By multiplying 2.63 by 100. Now we need to do the inverse operation, or the opposite operation, to get the correct answer. From place value patterns, we remember that in order to move the decimal point 2 places to the left, we need to divide the number by 100, or multiply by 0.01. It's the same thing. If we do it, the decimal point moves 2 places to the left. So the final answer is 23.67. This table shows what we need to do to multiply decimals by whole numbers. When the decimal only has one digit after the decimal point, we need to multiply by 10 to move the decimal point 1 place to the right. After the multiplication of the two whole numbers, we move the decimal point back 1 place to the left by dividing the result by 10, or by multiplying by 0.1. When the decimal has 2 digits after the decimal point, we move the decimal point 2 places to the right and move it back 2 places in the opposite direction after multiplication. When the decimal has 3 digits after the decimal point, we move the decimal point 3 places to the right and 3 places to the left at the end, and so on. Let's do another example using place value patterns. We have 3 times 8.24. 8.24 has 2 digits after the decimal point. So we move the decimal point 2 places to the right by multiplying by 100. Then, we multiply the two whole numbers, 824 and 3, to get 2,472. Finally, we move the decimal point 2 places to the left by dividing by 100 to get 24.72. That is our final answer. If you thought this video was helpful, please leave a like. For more videos like this, please subscribe.